Danggang ay sidang ilay, insinali dumaay.
Si Tunanan Radyo Sagada, 104.7 FM.
Dongdong ay sidang ilay.
Indigenous Rights Radio, because knowledge is power.
Good day, dear listeners of 104.7 FM Radyo Sagada. This is Gwen wishing you all good health. This way, we have the strength to carry on with our daily chores and livelihoods. Today, we launch our special program on mining for transition minerals. One of these areas is in Didipio, Casibo, Nueva Vizcaya, found in the island of Luzon in the Philippines. Greetings once more to our listeners on radio and of course our viewers on our Facebook live stream. Let us not tire in discussing concerns about large-scale mining. The issues are wide, branch out into several aspects. In the Cordilleras, gold mining is most popular. However, many more minerals aside from gold are extracted here. Pushed by the demand for transition minerals, mining companies claim that this year, 2024, marks an increase in mineral production. What are transition minerals? The United Nations Environment Program, or the UNEP, says transition minerals are natural substances found usually in rocks. These are in demand today for renewable energy production, such as the use of lithium and nickel. Cobalt is important in production of batteries for electric vehicles, as well as turbines used in wind and hydropower production. Copper and aluminum are used for electric power wires. In the Philippines, transition towards renewable energy sources is a flagship program of the current administration of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. The shift from fossil fuel use to renewable energy is a step to address the current climate crisis. Other governments globally are doing the shift. The move targets to help maintain global warming to 2 degrees Celsius or even lower. It is part of the Paris Agreement way back in 2015. Aside from renewable energy, large-scale corporate mining is also a priority of the Marcos Jr. administration. This is why mining corporations are in a race to acquire needed permits to operate in the country. Many towns in the Philippines rich in mineral resources are sure to bear the impacts of large-scale mining. Legal processes and documents are said to have been disregarded as allegations of corruption persist. Narratives of human rights violations in various forms are plenty in host and affected communities. Of course, the environmental effects of deforestation, desertification, pollution, and water source contamination also pave the way for other hazards such as landslides. For Indigenous peoples, the right to free, prior, and informed consent, or FPIC, is critical. FPIC allows educated decision-making of whether or not to allow mining corporations in their territories. Experiences of other IP areas show that the consent, in quotation marks, given through FPIC processes paved by the National Commission on Indigenous Peoples are bogus. Transition minerals. Lovely words behind the truth of mining destruction. Of mountains stripped of green, flattened, or worse, a gigantic hole, whose depth and width continuously expands. Such is the story of Barangay Didipio, Casibo in the province of Nueva Vizcaya, Philippines.
Indigenous Rights Radio, because knowledge is power.
Dahito iti 104.7 FM Radyo Sagada, matutyan manragsakan. Ayain sa lidumay.
Good day once more to our listeners. Getting back to today's discussion on Didipio mining operations. This is Gwen greeting everybody a pleasant day. Issues are non-ending of rights violations related to the mining operations in Barangay Didipio. We have heard or watched these on local radio, television, social media, and newspapers. Various tribes from the Cordillera are in this mining area. Our peoples from the mountain province join the Ifugaos, the Kalanguya, the Ibaloy in the mine site. Their livelihoods include mining, quarrying, and of course, agriculture. It is also the mining area of Oceana Gold Philippines Incorporated, or OGPI. This Australian-owned company has current control over 10,000 hectares of the indigenous people's territory. This includes the barangay of Didipio plus 10 other barangays. 3 of these downstream barangays are located in the municipality of Cabarugis of the province of Quirino. 7 are upstream communities of Casibo, Nueva Vizcaya. Arimco was first to operate the area through the first ever Financial and Technical Assistance Agreement, or FTAA, issued by the Philippine government. It is 100% foreign-owned and is in an area habited by indigenous peoples. It was given a 25-year permit way back in the 1990s. This permit expired in 2019. Through the Duterte administration, another 25-year FTAA was given this time to Oceana Gold Philippines Incorporated. Despite 2 decades of protests from some sectors of the community, the church and local government units, the open pit mining contract was renewed. A petition for certiorari was filed through Bishop Elmer Mangalinaw and the Didipio Earth Savers Multipurpose Association, or DESAMA, and together with the Alyansa ng Magsasaka para sa Kalikasan ng Casibo, or AMCAS, at the Bayumbong Regional Trial Court this April. They asked for the dissolution of the FTAA as there were no consultations conducted in the communities.
Ang timpa kamo lang ako na wala ito'y pakamumi nga marinig di FTA. Tadi nag-expire na yung damo. Hindi may karwa. Amukad niya, iwawaras na nga pa. Na permanti FTA. Bigbigan na ko ti karibingan ti umili.
Eduardo Ananayo, an Ifugao elder and vice chairperson of DESAMA, says they were surprised of the FTAA renewal, despite lacking consultations in the affected communities. Lakay Ananayo urges that the rights as a people should be recognized. Aside from claims of no consultations, locals also complain of chemical contamination of water sources. They say that the waters poison their livestock as well as unfit for human consumption, aggravating existing problems of water shortage. The Asian Forum for Human Rights and Development, or Forum Asia, also supports the petition for the FTAA cancellation. Forum Asia emphasizes the need for national government transparency and accountability in the mining sector. Importance of implementing and upholding local and ordinances and comprehensive analysis of mining effects and impacts should always be paramount. These are the only ways in protecting the rights of affected communities. Despite this, a part of the community, however, support the mining operations. One is the current barangay captain of Didipio, Henry D. Guay. He claims Didipio residents favor Oceana gold operations because they benefit from the Social Development Management Program funds or the SDMP funds. Without the mines, the health, education, and livelihood funds will stop. Former Barangay Captain Alfredo Pugong Jr. maintains the same position. Recently, Oceana Gold boasts of garnering the safest underground mining operations and safety mineral processing extraction for the year 2023. This was in the annual Presidential Mineral Industry Environmental Award, or PMIEA. The company also boasts of completing all community endorsements, despite the protests, and environmental impact assessments. This is basis for issuance of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or the DENR, of an Environment Compliance Certificate, or ECC.
Sa nung data nga ako, aking nga ito dito. Sa nung dito nga paray nung atan bumigayan data nga terorista. Kuna nga masolusyonan. Kuna damit man tawan ti gusto nga mga istorya ngayon. Kuna nga alami din naman ti gabulan da. Nga isublidan niya ko dito. Amo paano niya ti pagbunagan naman ni tati pang-isublian da. Awan met ti gusto nga agbaling-baling nga siya plan.
President Marcos Jr. often lauds the mining industry for its economic contribution. Marcos Jr. also emphasizes environmental protection and safeguards in all of his speeches. Its supposed responsible mining methods protect the environment, but aerial photos alone show the irreparable destruction of Oceana gold operations in Didipio. Legal as it has the blessings of the President and the national government offices, the few who benefit and again profit from its operations does not justify the violation of rights and the environmental destruction and hazards that may give birth to numerous sufferings and difficulties for generations to come.
Until tarta ko na nga kuan mga 10,000 hectares ti madama na operasyon ti Oceana. Ada ba ti damat no palawaan da pay daytoy?
Awan pa ti damat ba? Hindi ba minsan? Wala na nga tenso na. Ito yung naglam. Wala naman nga baka nga matulog. At yan nga ito ko, awan ti gusto nga may baga na. Pranawin da, ito no ko man ginaliwan da.
At nakaditi pakamuan nyo, makastoy taramidun da? Di pa nagminas?
Biya mo ang makakakuin. Ayaw, mo nga kat. Ayaw. Naman pa rin. Dahil nag-aasip na ito. Nairuwa nga ka. Ito. Awan na aban. Matara. Ulay. Asalong tiramidin. Basta awang kwarta man. Diyan, di pa pa nang titao diyan at kwarta. sapay ko mata ano nga mabaliwan nito'y panangirapan. Menarpas nga sino, amang pa nga subli-subli na, ulay alun si kwarta na nita, iba yan yan. Hirapan tayo rata, pinakaripinan tayo.
Time to end our program on Oceana Gold open pit mining operations at Didipio, Casibo, Nueva Vizcaya. To our fellow Igorots and other peoples in Didipio working in the mines as wage earners, I wish you good health as you may taste the products of your efforts. May you also have the strength and courage to stand for what is just. Follow us on our Facebook page as well as stay tuned on 104.7 FM Radyo Sagada. Our next episode features struggles of Didipio and how the community has faced this over 2 decades. Once more, good day and stay tuned with Radyo Sagada. This is Gwen saying goodbye.
Indigenous Rights Radio, because knowledge is power.
Dangdang ay sidang ilay, insinali dumaay.
Si Tunanan Radyo Sagada, 104.7 FM.
Dongdong ay sidang ilay.